Hey everybody, this is Conrad from 8Dio, and today I am here with a lovely woman named Barbary.
No more forever.
Now, Barbary is in the series of our Forgotten Voices, a great package of just solo vocalists. And what I'm going to do today is I've written a small little track, and we're just going to go through it real quick, just showing off how you can use Barbary in a track. So let's jump right in. Let's go to the first section right here, and I'm just going to hit play. So already she's taking us on a great journey. What I've done here is in the beginning, if I'm not using Barbary, the only thing right here is a simple synth. So I needed something to go with it, and that is where the ambiences that come with Barbary are just beautiful. I mean, here's the contact instrument, and you can see that there are a ton of them, multiple pages. And let's just quickly listen to that. Very subtle, very quiet in this case, but they just add the little bit of texture that synth needs behind it. I also make use of the whispers patch, which this is really cool. You don't see a lot of whispers in a lot of vocal libraries. And I like to use it to create a little bit of a creepier sound in this case, as if she's talking to you in quite a personal way. So I can just go ahead and play one. It's just an absolutely great sound to throw in there. And at the end, you heard the first one of our songs. And you can hear that really big reverb behind it. And that is courtesy of our form knob right here, which is, as I like to call it, an alien convolution reverb. Reverbs that don't exist, so to say. And I can control those from the back effects page. So you can control them all from the front page or some extra control on the back page. So that's leading us into the next section. So let's go ahead and listen to that. So here I'm keeping the ambiences going because they just create such a great soundscape. Keeping the whispers in there because that's such a cool character. The chants here, I'm actually using our A-B blending. So I have two chants selected, one for A, one for B, and I'm using the A-B mix to morph between the two. You'll especially hear it in the middle as one chant starts to overtake the other one. Now, I particularly, for this piece, used that chant because it starts off sort of atonal, almost spoken, and ends with just a little bit of tonality, a little bit of pitch, because I'm trying to lead on to the next section. And that is why I made use of the song right at the end. Now, you'll notice next to it, it says TM Pro. Now the TM Pro patches exist for all the patches except our arcs. So there's the TM Pro version and the regular version. The TM Pro version offers a lot more control over the phrases. A lot of problems you see with phrase-based libraries are that you cannot conform it to the tempo of your track, and you have to deal with listening to the entire phrase. With TM Pro, you can actually change the speed of the phrase with the pitch bend, and you can change where in the phrase you start with the mod wheel. So this just offers a great amount of control. And also you'll see in the patch here, there's this sort of top range of key switches. And this actually allows you to transpose the phrase. Now the great thing about the time changing with the pitch bend and this transposing is that you can do it in the middle of the phrase. So once you press a key and start playing a phrase, you aren't stuck with what you've done. You can change it, speed it up, slow it down, transpose it right in the middle of the phrase, And that just lets you conform all these beautiful phrases to exactly your piece. You're making the phrases work for your music, and the phrases are not making you work to theirs. It's absolutely great. And that's going to lead us to our next section. So you can tell that's sort of the climax of the piece. And what I really want to go over here is the arcs patch. So there is no TM Pro version of the arcs patch, but that's because they're used more for sustains. Or I guess you can play staccato if you want. I mean, sky's the limit. But the big thing I want to point out here and why I used it, we're in this big orchestral section. This patch blends absolutely beautiful with strings. I'm going to go ahead and solo those two together, and it's just such a beautiful sound. Just absolutely beautiful the way those blend. Now that we've gone through the climax of the piece, we need to start bringing it down a bit. So I'm still using the arcs, and I'm bringing the whispers back in just to create that little element of slowing down, of starting to quiet down. And we'll end back at the synths. So it's sort of like going backwards when we get to the end. We're going back to a more sparse arrangement, getting back to the electronic stuff after the big orchestra. And these are just a few of the many ways that you can use Barbary to enhance a track. So let's go through the entire track, and I'm going to let her take the lead.